Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our backyard. It's so quiet this morning, and I guess I'd like to use the word beautiful, because yesterday we got 5 minutes worth of rain, and even though it was only 5 minutes, it just felt wonderful. It seemed like it refreshed things, even though it wasn't enough to refresh things. Oh, but just beautiful. Oh, so I just wanted to share that quick moment with you. So today's video, I wanted to talk about Hardy Hibiscus. And this is my Hardy Hibiscus. It's done. And this is what it normally does. This is its job. This is what's called a determinate hibiscus. And I didn't know that when I purchased it. I purchased it from Houston Garden Centers in the summer, in July, 2 years ago. So this is its third season, and it is hardy. It's so reliable. But as you can see now, it is on its way out. And with a determinate hibiscus, or hardy hibiscus, it has a set number of blooms at the end of the bloom stalks. And once it is done, this is done, it's completely exhausted all the blooms that it was determined or determinate to have. It's done. Well, it's just a little past mid-August, and I don't like that. I love it when it flowers. It's gorgeous. It comes back. It is hardy. It survives cold weather. But we still have tons of growing season left. And so I didn't know this when I purchased it. And if you go back and look at prior videos that I've had and have seen it, the blooms on them are just huge. And they're like dinner plates. They're humongous, and I just think that's beautiful. But for mid-August, I certainly don't like this. So this is what's called, I mentioned, a determinate type. That means it only has a set number of blooms. And once those set number of blooms are done, like right there was a bloom. Once those set number of blooms are done, it's done. And then it starts to close down and get ready the roots for the winter. But for us, we easily have 3 growing months left. So, and I don't like this. So are all hardy hibiscus like this? No. And in fact, I want to get one that is not like this. I want to get what's called a determinate type. So I don't have a determinate type hardy hibiscus or rose mallow yet, but I do have my gorgeous blue chiffon rose of Sharon, and the concept is similar. With the hardy hibiscus, it will have its blooms all along the bloom stalks, not just at the tips. And so even though this is not a hardy hibiscus, it is a hibiscus, but it does show the difference. Instead of having the blooms just at the tips, and then when those tips are exhausted, it is done. With a hardy hibiscus, this is similar. It has blooms that's generated all along the bloom stalks. So it will bloom all season long. And that is what I want in my hibiscus. I don't want a plant that looks like this in mid-August. I want to have a beautiful plant that flowers and just continues to flower. So the difference is, instead of this type that I found in the summer, and it's just because I did not know. There isn't anything wrong with this plant. I just didn't know. This is a determinate hibiscus, and I want an indeterminate one, meaning I want blooms all over. And I want big, beautiful blooms continuing throughout the summer. So I am going to be on the lookout. I hope it's not too late. I hope there are still some hardy hibiscus that I can purchase to replace mine, because I want to continue to have the flowers. It's for us here south of Houston. Having a plant go dormant in August, it's not preferable. So I want one that's going to flower beautifully and continue flowering through the season. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be on the lookout for a hardy hibiscus, because that is what I want here, to replace this. Unfortunately, I just didn't know. Hardy hibiscus are different than tropical hibiscus or rose of Sharon that I showed you previously with that beautiful blue bloom. This is my tropical hibiscus, and this is one of my pinks. It's going to open this morning, and it's starting to open. And here's one of my yellows that's going to be opening also. These have buds all along. So this is, I don't want to even call it a determinate type, because this will continue to bloom and it doesn't have the issue. You don't have tropical hibiscus that, have only a certain set of blooms and then fizzle out. But I did want to make the distinction. Hardy hibiscus are very different from the tropical hibiscus. They're very different. Even though they're related and the plants are all related, it's different. I'm just talking about the hardy hibiscus or rose mallows. Have any of you run into that with the hardy hibiscus? 2 years ago at Houston Garden Center in the summer, they just had tons and tons. It was just rows and rows and rows and rows of these gorgeous hardy hibiscus or rose mallows, and pick your bloom. They were just gorgeous, and they were on sale. And I thought, what a wonderful thing, what a wonderful idea. And had I known that this was going to happen and this is what was going on, I probably would not have purchased it. Even though I do enjoy these blooms, these gorgeous blooms in the early spring and early summer, our season is just too long for having the plant to do that. So I'm curious, have any of you run into that, to where you've purchased something that you were just it was eye candy to you. You just loved it, and then it turned out not being what you expected. I'm curious. If you have, let me know in the comments, because it just helps. It helps me know what to look out for, but it also helps all of us. Oh dear, missed it. I had a swallowtail on that beautiful bloom there from the Mexican bird of paradise. So anyway, if you'd share that would be great. Also know, I do love these plants, so I do want to get a hardy hibiscus, But I do want the indeterminate type, the ones that will have continuous blooms all throughout the season, really until late fall or the first frost. So anyway, thanks for joining me this morning. Do a quick little pan here. I know the sun is coming out, so the lighting just isn't as great. But thanks for joining me. And I hope you have a great day today. And I hope to see you again.